All right, I think we're in business. What's going on, everyone? If you're watching live, I think I'm looking at the live feed here. Looks like there's two of you there right now. So appreciate you coming on live and watching. I apologize for the delay in the live feed here. In fact, I was about to post here. If you would bear with me here, I'm going to let me tweet about this here, or actually, um, repost this here, so you all get to be in the shot here. And everything worked earlier this morning. Tested it out, and soon as I got home, everything didn't work the way I was supposed to. So again, thank you for those who are here watching live, and those of you who will watch in rebroadcast. Thank you so much. Let's see if this will work. There we go. All right. Whew. So I hope again. So thank you again for coming by and stopping by live here. So I did get a chance to. Um, Normally Tuesdays are the days that I release videos that I've worked on over the weekend or before, and so every Tuesday is a release. And didn't get a chance to because I was out of town. But before I continue, just let me kind of first of all, for those of you who don't know me and may either watching again live or on replay, my name is Claudio Zavala, and here's all my contact information down there. Connect with me on all those different social sites. Would glad to get to know you and reach out to me, send me a DM. Want to do some projects together? I'd be glad to do that. And I love collaborating with others, um, either with music. I'm a drummer myself, and obviously photography and video, some of my passions. I also do some woodworking, some couple projects, but it's been too hot over the summer to actually work in the garage. So it's starting to cool down now here in Texas. So not able, I should be able to get to working on some projects soon. Next one, I have to fix some things around down here in the kitchen, but working on a day bed for my daughter. So hopefully in the next 2 months, I'll get that started. When I say 2 months, that is when I will start it between that time and hopefully finish it before the end of the year. So it's one of the big projects I'll have. Other stuff is just kind of fixing things up. But whoa, it's like I mentioned. Normally I send out a video every Tuesday, and this week was different because I was actually out of town, and I was in New Orleans for a conference. I was really excited to be there. Um, had the opportunity to head on down there. I was asked to present at a conference called ISTE, stands for International Society for Technology and Education. So I had to think about that for a second. And it was great. Educators from all over the country. We had several folks from Canada as well head down to New Orleans, and it was nice time there. And I was been able to share some pictures. If you follow me on Instagram, I have some pictures there that I've been able to share. And so, but yeah, I was able to connect with many of amazing people down there and present with a lot of super awesome folks. And so I was talking about several things while I was down there. Kind of let me kind of show you a couple of things here. Um, Let me kind of get out of the way of that. One of my sessions I talked about was Adobe Spark Post, and actually was sharing with the group, and I had a pretty good amount of group, which was pretty exciting to see. The first one, that one right there, was talking about how to tell your story. creative storytelling with a spark, and talking about using images and adding text and creating your own content to share the story the best way that you would. So, if you check out my website and click on calendar, I have resources there. So if you didn't get a chance to go, or if you're just curious about it, you feel free to click it. There's a web page that I created for that session. The other thing that I was sharing with the group there, so another app that is just one of my favorites is Adobe Premiere Rush. I shared with the group. And this one was probably my largest group, and it was basically kind of a 50-minute walkthrough on creating video and sharing a story through video, and walking folks on how to use Adobe Premiere Rush. Again, I have links to all those resources, websites, so you can see what I presented. And then I also did a session on YouTube, just kind of getting started on YouTube, becoming a YouTuber, and just kind of getting your feet wet, and also for them to how students can use YouTube really to kind of share their voice out there. And there are plenty of students out there that you'd be surprised are making money right now while in school with a YouTube channel. So I think that's entices many to start YouTube, but it's also a great way to kind of just share out either gaming, among other things, gaming, cooking, and a bunch of other hosts of things. So I apologize, I'm kind of multitasking here, so I will be doing dual duty here. But so you stopped by here to see what I was doing with photography, and so I'm going to share that with you here. So let me kind of jump to that now. And what I was going to do is walk you through, because I have to peek behind here, is walk you through my process of what I do when I'm working on images. And so let's go ahead and do that now. So let me let's see here, pick the right one here for you all. And there we go. So what you're looking at right now is my Lightroom Creative Cloud app. So if you've not used Lightroom before, it is one of my favorite photo editing apps out there. Oh, so someone's told me my video has a little bit of a beeping going on. Oops, here we go. Let's see. That's better. Oh, folks, apologize for the beeping noise there. I think it's better now. Here we go. So everyone at the beginning was probably saying, "What's going on?" And nobody sent a message. So my wife just texted me, "Hey, there's a beeping noise going on your video." Kind of stuff. So my wife is watching it. So thank you, hon, for letting me know that. So if you started watching from the beginning and just heard a beep the whole time, sorry. Hopefully you were able to hear something. Maybe. I'm not seeing any response, so I don't know. But you just got to the best part right here. I haven't started right here, so no, there's no beeping here. This right here is, as I was saying, Lightroom is an app that I use, is a Creative Cloud, and it is available for your mobile device. So I use it on my iPhone, on my iPads, and I use it also on my desktop, so you can download it on your desktop. So I'm not going to take a whole lot of time here, but just kind of give you a quick run through of like my process when I edit pictures. And so as you can see here, as I mentioned, I was in New Orleans this weekend. These are just a few of the pictures that I've took. I think the last I got at least 300. So that's not a lot, but it is. I can take 1,000 pictures if I'm gone for longer than that. So I think I probably have around 300 or so that I have to sift through. So I just kind of pick some of them here. And the interface looks a bit different here as opposed to on your mobile device. So I chose to do it on the computer because it's easier to see. And so this right here is where you will see all of your images, and I'll kind of show you. I'm gonna zoom or jump to one of these larger images here. This right here, we did like a photo walk. We got there a day before, walking around, kind of looking at New Orleans, different areas, and this right here was a bar that was obviously, it was during the daytime. It was closed, but just really like the texture of the wall, that kind of rundown image there. So let me show you. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you the original. So there's the original, and so as you can see, obviously it's not very appealing, maybe. So what I did here is, up here at the top, you're going to have your tools. So you have your series of effects, coloring, and details. And so what I do is, it's not really, this is my process. So what I'm sharing with you is the way that I edit my images. And so everyone does a bit different. And that's the neat thing. There's no wrong or right way. It's just your way. And you have either two different people that you have to kind of please when you're working on images. Number one is yourself. You want to make sure that that's what you like. You share it with the community, you share it on social media, and you want people to like the image, of course, because it's something you're sharing. But also, if you're working, if you're kind of capturing photos for a client, so then that's the other person that you have to please when you're editing your pictures. So that's when I say, well, there's two people, yourself, and if you are doing it for work, doing it for income, or a little side gig, then your client. That's the next person you have to please. So here I go. I'm going to jump and start with the light part. So lighting, your exposure, your contrast. So what I do is just kind of go through, being that the image is already kind of, to me, I like the way it's exposed. I may bring it down just a tad bit. You may not notice it too much, but I'll bring up the contrast. And right away, you notice when I bring up that contrast, you see how the colors already shift, already change that contrast. Highlight. If you notice, there's not much of a difference in highlight. Bring some shadows. So the shadows kind of like right here where that window is, and on the side of that pole. So if I bring the shadows up, see how those shadows get lighter, and if I move it, gives it more of a pronounced shadow. So it just depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to go for kind of that a little darker look there. Whites, again, will brighten up your whites in all the colors. So every color has obviously some white in it. So it's bringing it up. If you want to pronounce that little martini bottle there, bring up some of that white, and then your blacks. So kind of go about there. So that's basically your light. The next thing you'll go to is your color, or I should say the next thing that I go to is my color. So I want those colors to kind of stand out, that red. So I'm going to add some vibrance to it. You notice right there how right away, so if I go the opposite direction, make it kind of vibrant there, kind of make it pop a bit. And what I'm going to do actually is go back to the light and bring the exposure down just a tad bit. So back to color. I'm going to leave the temperature and tint there because I want that tint and temperature. I may bring saturation up just a bit. Now down here you have your color mixer, and you can adjust luminance, saturation, color, hue, and depending again what you want to do. So I'll just show you when I move that red. See that? Let's kind of make that a little more pronounced. Maybe the yellow. So notice how kind of that orange, I want to make that orange stand out some more, and yellow. Maybe leave that there. Again, I'm going fairly quick. I might actually spend a little more time on this, but just for the sake of this live demo, I'm going to do that. Oh, I have my nieces watching right now. Cool. Hello, Rima. All right. And I'm going to leave pretty much the effects there, but I want to add some texture. Notice, look at the grain in the wood when I adjust the texture. See how it kind of, let me zoom in so you can see. So lower texture, bring some more texture so you can kind of see some more of that grain in that wood, that light post at the top. Let's jump back. Went too far. And then just gonna leave that there, and then detail and sharpen it some, and voila. So there, that's kind of the way I wanted it to look when I actually took the picture. When I was there, that's kind of what I saw, so that's the way I want to edit it. Now I'm going to show you a trick that I have done here, is to really save myself some time, is I created my own preset for this. So I'm going to go back to original. And you're like, oh no, what did I do? Well, I've done some work already ahead of time. I have some presets here. And this is going to show you what happens when I tap on different presets. I call that one Sunny Side Up. Got Red Wall, New Orleans Street, Crypto, kind of go black and white, little desaturation. But I want this Red Wall. That's my last edit, so it's really pronounced red. I like that. So just to kind of show you, I did that with this door right there. It's interesting. It's a house that has a door where they actually sell food, just like right on the street there. So I'll show you, reset to original, and then Red Wall again, and then Sunny Side Up. So notice just the difference. So those presets help you save some time. So that's kind of a quick run through of my editing process, and hope that was of interest and something you enjoyed watching. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back to front screen here. And while I do that, checking some messages that are coming through here. Awesome. Great. So the next thing I wanted to share are just some new gear that I picked up, and that was interested in sharing with all of you. And this next one, I actually took this with me to New Orleans, and I had it. I was actually glad that I picked that. It came in before I left, and it's this right here. Zoom in. Hopefully it focuses there for you. Maybe not. Not gonna worry too much. Okay, here we go. So this right here, actually let me take this off right there. So if any of you are looking for something kind of handheld for your mobile phone or for your camera, this right here is great. So it's called a SwitchPod. I have links actually to this in the description. So if you're interested in picking one up, there's a discount as well. And I'm actually now like a affiliate partner with them. So I'll get some, I guess, some hamburger money whenever so many of these are bought using my code. So appreciate it. Everything that I share with, I have affiliate links, and actually helps support the stuff that I do here, and helps pay for some of this gear. So thank you if you've purchased anything from those links. But so continuing with the SwitchPod. God, my mind went blank here. So the nice thing about this again is you hold it like this. Place your camera phone right here, so you can hold it out like this. So if you're taking lots of selfies, this is great. But here's one of the reasons I like this right here, is it opens up like this, and then you can almost look like a spaceship, and you just kind of stand it. You won't be able to see it from there, and just place it on a table or on the floor, so you can take some really nice low angle shots. Or if you place it on top of a table, you can record video. You can go live on different social media platforms and be your hands free, so you can kind of talk with your hands like I do. And the other thing that's nice about it is on each of the legs there is a threaded hole, so you got your 1/4 inch and then kind of your 3/8 right there, and so you can attach lights, microphones, different attachments. I went ahead and added this little Peak Design kind of strap right here, so I can use my wrist wristband and be able to hold it and not have to worry about my camera falling. So what I did too is I added this ball head at the top, and the reason being is whenever I had my phone or camera there, so if I were to place it in a certain angle, I can actually make sure that it's pointing at me, or if I did it and held it down like this, I can flip the camera and have it shooting video or photo from a low angle. So really great tool. One of my I'm saying a lot here. One of the things is whenever I share something here is something that I have used, and I would not just share with you just so you can go click my affiliate links. It's actually something that I've used and I believe in, and would not share with you if I didn't think that device was a good tool. So if you're interested, go check it out. Here is their Kickstarter. Kind of tell you a little bit about that. So I actually looked this up today. January is when this Kickstarter campaign started, and I just got it about 2 weeks ago, within the past 2 weeks. So it took that long for this device to be brought onto the market. Now you can go ahead and go to switchpod.co and actually purchase them now. So if you didn't pick one up as part of a Kickstarter, you actually go and purchase one now. The advantage of the Kickstarter thing is that you get it before the public, and you get a little bit of a discount before it goes to retail. So really neat. This is about, I think it's the second or third Kickstarter I've done. The previous one was with Bscript. That's how I was able to get Bscript. If you're not sure what that is, it's in the description below as well. All right, so next thing I'm going to do here is I opened up for some Q&A. So looking through the chat here, I'm not seeing many questions. So I guess we'll skip the Q&A here, make this a shorter, I should say shorter session here, shorter live stream. But one of the other things I think I was going to share with you all is, let's see here, let's look down here at my list. I think I pretty much wore out my time. However, hoping that I would have had some questions here, but there are none. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, I'll leave this up for a bit, checking to see if anyone has a question here or there. And again, I might have lost some viewers that were there before, but with the technical issues, things seem to always work great when you're setting up, and when you go live, things don't just work just right. And you know what? That's okay. Sometimes things don't work the way you want them to, and that is what I call a learning process. So I'll go ahead and leave you all with that thought, and next week look for one of my pre-recorded and videos for you to watch. So hopefully in the future we'll do some more live stream. My goal is to do more live streaming, and hopefully get some more of you on in the live session and asking questions and wondering. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call this done, and we'll see you next time. Be good to one another. Peace out.